Good morning, everyone. It's Tyne from Muse Life, and welcome to this really emotional morning activation reading. So for anyone that's been following me for the last few days, months, years, you would have known I had recently gotten into a pretty terrible accident over the weekend, and I posted a little bit about that. I know a lot of people are probably wondering what exactly happened. I did post so much detail into that. I had ended up fracturing not only a few of my ribs, but also my legs. So I am in a sort of healing phase right now, but Source has been able to really bring me to a place of healing where I could kind of come out here and still do what I need to do for everybody. So here I am. I was able to still go out and watch my dragon dance this weekend. I'm just really grateful for that. I had an amazing Reiki experience, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys in a separate video coming soon. But right now, let's just get on with our reading, and we'll talk a little bit, a lot of probably what's been going on with me, as well as anything that's going on with everyone else in the collective is probably going to come up in this reading. So we'll be open to that. This is going to be an amazing reading, you guys. We are entering into the moon in Leo today, coming out of the very sensitive and nurturing Cancer. So with the moon in Leo, and this is during the sign of Pisces, everyone, which is all about emotions and intuition. So Pisces started a few days ago in its sun. And we also now have the moon in Leo. We have water and fire. And Leo is all about passion and creativity, you guys. Leo is my sun sign. So I really can just understand some of the traits that the moon today will have, and just kind of, I'm really getting the sense of Source really wanting us to kind of hone in on some of that fiery energy today, everyone. So let me go ahead and clear my cards, and let's see what the universe has in store for us today, this beautiful Wednesday morning. So for everyone joining me today, I do these mornings every Wednesday morning. Sometimes they're based on a theme depending on what's going on in the universe, but as for now, it's just a rather normal reading. I kind of came out of a really bad accident a few days ago, so I am still healing from that. But let's get started. And normally how I do the readings is I want everyone to kind of focus and imagine that you're all part of this beautiful, vast, amazing, energetic grid. Everyone, we're all connected to this. And that we're honing in on the archetypes and the story here now, and what universe wants to tell us. As we enter into this reading, I want you to set your intention for this week. What does the universe want us to know? How can we use some of this energy going on in the stars and everything around us? How can we use some of that? And I'm just going to kind of make a note because, you know, when bad things happen, because obviously this weekend something really bad happened with my accident, the first thing that kind of runs through everyone's mind is bad luck, bad karma, these kind of things. We start kind of not only blaming ourselves and our situations, but we just in general just think that, you know, there wasn't some kind of divine plan behind it all, that there wasn't some kind of purpose. And one of the things, the whole entire time I was in the hospital, I didn't have this feeling of like pity or feeling sorry for myself. At first I did, but then, you know, my mind always automatically zooms into what was the lesson of what I supposed to be learning. And I really connected to my source and guides and the angels and everything that was protecting me that day, because it was a pretty bad accident. And here I am a few days later doing this reading with you guys, and I just realized how lucky I was. I also realized that it made me really think about your life. You know, sometimes when these things happen, your life flashes before your eyes, and you start realizing what's important and what really you can, do away with. So I really started like thinking about those things. So whenever things like that happen, bad things, just don't do what most people do, which is think that they have some kind of bad luck or some kind of, negative energy. Or, I mean, it is the negative energy. I obviously had some thoughts in my head during that time and about my situation, which I think kind of led to that. And I'm going to kind of talk more about it later, but in my next video. But here I'm just going to do a reading. But just keep in mind, the universe always has a purpose, and he's always going to use anything bad in your situation, anything, and they're always going to use it for something good in your life. So always remember that. So here we are in our current situation. This is where we are today, everybody. Oh, wow. So this is an interesting card. Probably has a lot to do with me. It's really connected to me right now. Fire energy, everyone. It's the Nine of Wands, which is the end of the struggle, you guys. I'm a 9 life path number. This reading has a lot to do with me, you guys. Nine of Wands. This person just went through a lot. The Nine of Wands is fire. It's all about action. And in the physical, I have a feeling this has really a lot to do with just ending the struggle, whatever struggles you're going through is happening in the physical right now, because we're all in the physical realm, you guys. Once you get past the physical, once you get past the wands, it goes into the mind, goes into the other, you start getting to the cups, into the air and the fire, and then you start really honing in on some of those things. So we have Nine of Wands. It's all about action, and 9 is really like encompassing the all. So this is like everything about you guys, in your physical realm. Maybe some of you people are really coming to this point where you're really kind of physically, not like, yeah, tired of it, yeah, but just really like kind of really starting to understand what's going on with it. Was, just realizing, God, I'm doing all this hard work. And look, this guy is just like, he's done. He went through some suffering in his physical world, right? And he's looking at it. He's really starting to think. He's really starting to hone in and think about, what exactly am I supposed to be doing here? This is purpose. How am I supposed to move forward from this? Because wherever he's doing now has really been beating him up. Has really been putting him in a place of disempowerment. And it's because of his actions, though. So here we have this guy, because of his actions, really being in a place where he's just, he's not where he's supposed to be, according to what the universe wants him to be, right? The universe always thinks to the best of us, God's first universe. So that's interesting. That's an interesting card to come up with. So relatable right now, you guys. So relatable, okay? The brilliant thing and amazing thing about the number 9, because I do a little bit of numerology too, is that the number 9 has a lot to do with understanding, knowing all the different archetypes and embodying all of them. So at some point, all of us at some point should at least understand or come to know all the different archetypes that come out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 9s are the humanitarians. They're the ones that actually go out there. They've taken everything they've learned and known with all that, other archetypical energy, and they're using that really to help others. But sometimes we do that at the expense of ourselves, you guys. So that's really what this card's telling us today. Is like, how much are we doing? And, is what we're doing really, really can do it to like what the universe wants from us. Some interesting noodles of like wisdom here, which I'm like really amazed by, fascinated by. So here we are with the 9 of Wands. We're really starting to reflect on our material world and all our actions and how it's affecting it. All right? There was something in the past that we were dealing with, something in the past that we were struggling with and dealing with. So there's my water today, guys. I kind of need my water. Water is also an amazing conduit. So here we have is the Knight of Swords. I've seen this card charging through some of those mental aspects. Swords is about mental and mind and really grasping some of those concepts, right? About our inner truth. We just left the sign of Aquarius into the sign of Pisces. Oh, sorry, left the sign of Aquarius a few months ago into the sign of Aries. And as we're entering into Pisces, we have this intuitive nature going on. Intuition. Moving forward, letting our mind take charge for this, what we're meant to do, what's meant to come in our lives. Right? This energy that's moving forward. It's all about mind. And that's how we get to where we want to go, everybody. And what really guides that? What really guides anything we do? What guides and helps assist this? Helps us make the mental decisions so that we know we're moving in the right direction. This is a really beautiful card that's coming up, you guys. We have the stars. It's an archetypical card. We always want to focus on the archetypes, and we're doing that. So the star is also pretty much related to the water bearer, the sign of Aquarius. The numerical value is 17, which equates to 8, which is all about manifesting. And really coming back to full circle in your karmic, anything karmic going on in your life. And then number 7 and 17 is 1 and 7. So you're getting those beginnings, you're getting that sense of individuality. And then you're getting the 7 was just spiritually charged. You bring that up, putting it together, and you're getting the number 8. If you can look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 stars here. You have the 7, and you have the main star, which is, what does that mean? That equates to who you are, who you really are. We're all made of stardust. I have a friend who has, she does yoga work, and I think I love one of her quotes, like, we're all made of stardust. And I think another story I had with a friend of mine, where I think we were kind of talking a little bit about Ash Wednesday, and I see people putting ash on their forehead, and there's an actual quote that goes with that. It's biblical, but it's like, from dust we came, so from dust we return. And I'm like, I changed that a little bit, though. I might follow that a little. From stardust we came to where we return is the stardust. This is basically saying we're all coming from this place, or we're like connected and coming from the universe. And here's the ether. This is like everything that makes up the makings of the world. We're all part of that, everybody. It's kind of like a beautiful thing. And the more we start reaching for the stars and reaching for what we're meant for, using our mind, with the Knight of Swords, who's always the champion. I always look at the Knight as the one, the seeker, who's always going out and doing the right thing. He does what it takes to get where he needs to go. And in this reading, you guys, this is his golden chalice. This is where he's, heading towards. This is where the mind is really, always trying to navigate to. The place where it originally came from. So as we sit here, you guys, and reflecting on some of our actions and what we're going to do with that in the future. Because we haven't quite gotten to our future yet. We're getting there right now. What does the future have to hold and tell for us? What does it have to hold and tell to us? What's to come? More hard work, everyone. We have the Tower. More breaking down. The only way... I always get kind of excited with the Tower. I know it's kind of like, oh, cataclysmic things. And Tower is like the breaking down of constructs, everyone. Breaking down of like what we know in the 3D world. Our normal world. How we view our femininity and masculinity. How we view the people at the top. How we view our hierarchies. How we view everything. Everybody looks at this card and goes, no, more crazy. And trust me, you guys, after this weekend, I understand crazy. And I'm coming to this point in my life where I'm often very reckless. I'm in Leo. I'm always moving forward. I don't always stop and think and, and think about like what the little things, the last reading we had was like the little details, how every little thing matters. And the Tower is literally telling you everything matters. Whatever is in your life that should not be there, we need to let go of. We need to just release. If not, if we don't do it, then the world around us and the circumstances around us will always lead to that. Some way or somewhere, it'll always put us in this place where we're back to ground zero, thinking about what we need to release, thinking about what serves us, what doesn't. We really, the universe is like, really serious. If we're going to be doing the spiritual work, if we're really going to come here doing our meditations and doing all these other things, but we don't want to go deeper and we don't want to fix what we need to fix. And there's always going to be the Tower lingering behind with that potential. Because that's what it does. That's what the universe does. And spirit. It wants, sometimes the Tower almost looks like a temple to me. And it wants you to have a clean temple. Mind and temple. We can't go through the world with these feelings that we have about people. Or, these situations where we can't even be honest with each other. We can't even tell people what we really think about each other. We can't even really tell everyone, how someone's actions affect us. So we continue with it and we go on with it. I mean, this is one of the things I was learning while I was, in the hospital. I was seriously having a serious moment with myself and what was this meaning? What was going on in my life to make this happen? And I had a lot of time to think, you guys. So yeah, I started really seeing there was people and situations, even in my circle, where I was just literally allowing certain people talking to me in certain ways, certain people speaking to me in certain ways, certain people, treating me in certain ways. And I really, didn't speak up for myself. Or if I did, I didn't think I was good enough. Right? I didn't really feel like I was important enough. And that was one of the things that really came so dire and close to me was when my accident happened. I was the last person I was actually thinking about. I didn't think about my safety or anything I'll give you more details later. But it made me really think. I'm like, wow, subconsciously, I put everything and everyone before myself so much and so often. I love you guys. And this is a really good lesson for me. I hope someone's learning from this as well. I put myself, subconsciously, when it came to me in the end, I literally didn't even put myself first to try to, make sure I was safe first. Hence, all your constructs falling apart. And is that the best lesson to learn? Probably not, but it was one that is direly needed, especially for all of you. Because you guys, as much as all of these things happen to me, they always happen to me and for me, also something I could share with everyone else around me. anyone else that's going through that struggle, everyone else who, you know, when we did the last Valentine's Day reading, and it was kind of like a bummer, right? Because it was like really honing on self-love and really like, hey, you guys, do what you need to do for you. Think of yourself first. Put yourself first. Love yourself first. Only because when the time comes and you really need to be able to hone in on what's important, if you can't take care of yourself, then you're only putting yourself in a situation where you wouldn't even be able to take care of the people you cared about too. So, you know, the very people that you're trying to take care of. That really comes from taking care of yourself first. So the Tower, as horrible as this card looks for some people, it's also planting seeds. These are all seeds. There's someone who I follow who does Kabbalistic teachings, and these are all actually Kabbalistic symbols from the alphabet, their alphabet. This is some interesting stuff, everyone. And kind of can get scary for some people. Not everyone wants to look at it. It's also number 16. It equates to the number 7. So 16, it's right before the star, you guys. Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? With the chaos, all of a sudden comes illumination. These are the 2 Arcanum cards in the deck, you guys. It's something we really need to watch and pay attention to. I'll give you a nice side-to-side comparison of both cards and a later blog, because I love to give people information. But yeah, I'm really getting that. So out of the Tower, what's supporting us, what's going to help us through that? Because obviously letting go of things, making those changes, breaking down those constructs, doing what you need to do to change yourself, not just on the outside, but in here, which is the hardest part, you guys. Doing the inner child work, facing your demons, doing the shadow work. La, 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 la. It's hard, you guys, but that's what I'm here for. To be here for you on a weekly. Sorry. I'm on some pain medication. This is probably the loopiest. I mean, I'm going to be a little loopy for the next couple of weeks, but I'm still able to tap in. I was kind of worried I wasn't because of the medication, but Source got my back. So it's going to support this, everyone. Interesting. It's not so simple. Nothing so simple. The 8 of Wands, more wands. Check this out. I just decided what to do with these wands. Rather than making them the struggle, you dig them up, you throw them back in the ground, and you create something new. Using the number 8, you guys, and number 8, it's the dragon year. 8, it's the 8 year. Oh, the universe is on fire, and this is the fire thing. The 8 year, the dragon year. Mishi's got my back. Like he doesn't like what he's sown. He doesn't like what he's grown. He doesn't like his situation, does he? Does he? So what does he do? What do you do whenever? Tear down the constructs. That's what the Tower does. It gives you the power to do it, you guys. Destructive power is just as, not always, it's part of why we're here. You dig that up using the 8 of Wands. You replant, reroot what you want to grow out of your life. This is the 8 dragon year. It's all about manifestation. It's all about abundance. You guys use that energy. Use that dragon energy. It's one of the reasons I had to go to no one had any idea why I needed to leave the hospital so soon. I was trying to get out there in 2 or 3 days, and it was weird. The universe was like, they were literally telling me I wasn't going to come out. They needed to check all my vitals, blah, 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 blah. And the dragon dances, which to me is like representing kind of letting go of the old and bringing in the new and protecting you from some of that juju bite, like literally scaring it away with a lot of really loud fireworks. So like I was intent on going to these dragon festivities, and literally I got out of the hospital about maybe an hour before it even started. I don't know. Universe had my back. Use that dragon energy, okay? We got the Eight of Wands. I mean, not only is it about replanning, rooting, root up what you don't want. Check this out. Root up what you don't want. Replant that good stuff. Replant whatever you need to do. Gotta break it down using some of that crazy, chaotic tower energy. Replant what it is you truly want. And this is an 8-year, guys. This is the best time to try and do it. If, you know, there's always an opportunity. There's always times. There's always days. But, you know, there's power in the numerology. There's power in those numbers. Power in the symbols. And the power really is what you give it. But use some of that energy as you move forward. So this is really more. It's really more. And that this lesson is for me. Definitely for me, you guys. For all of you people who are really struggling, who are really right here, because, you know, this is literally like, I'm struggling with my decisions that I'm making, and I don't like the outcome. That's pretty much what it's saying. And as we move forward, as we move to the future, we're using some of that tower energy to break our contracts down. Uproot, you guys. Uproot all of that and replant. These are the 2 archetypical cards. I'll give you guys a side-to-side comparison. Some exciting stuff for me. This has been a journey for me, you guys. Let's do another blog about actual incident that happened, including some of the Reiki experiences that I happened as well that helped with the healing. Helped me get out of there in the time I needed to. Let me do one more card pull for you guys from my beautiful, amazing math deck, which kind of will help lead us and guide us through the rest of this week. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. I'll be stuck at home for a while, so I have a lot more time to kind of focus on these things with you guys. What is the universe? Oh, I do not know all of this. Interesting. Okay, so what will help us through getting us through some of this bad stuff, you guys? Goblins. The number 5. Goblins. This is number 5, though. I do a little bit of numerology, and so one thing I do understand and know about the number 5 is it's all about planning. They're the planners. They're right there in the middle. They're ready. That's where you can pretty much embark anywhere in any place you need to do, right? So, interesting. Why goblins, right? Why goblins? I'll give you the actual meaning of it. I go by my intuition when I have the cards. I think it's all the nitty gritty, all the yucky, icky parts of your life you don't like to think about. That really move us through what we need to do. Help us uproot. We got to get dirty. We got to be willing to do some of the yucky, hard stuff to really uproot, right? You got to get your hands dirty. I think that's why goblins, they're messy. They don't have any tact. They just do what they need to do. So we're not this refined queen anymore. I mean, we have the queens in our deck. We have, you know, the star and beauty here, but here we're like, nope, we got the workers. We got, you know, the nature spirits out there. The ones that are really like, you know, ready to do the work. Some of the darker aspects of us. And number 5 is all about planning. It's about being resourceful, being able to get done what you need to get done. And probably, because it's goblins, it's probably in like a very non-conformative way. You're not like, forget having to look nice. Like this morning, my nails. Like I just literally came from like, I was like, okay, I don't have time to do anything nice or what I normally do. So yeah, so it's going to be really in like a very, like not the way you would normally do it. It won't look pretty. There's going to be some, pretty unconventional things going on in order for us to get there. But like I said, the number 5 is literally where you embark on anything. It's a starter. This is what gets us going to where we need to go. Think of, and it's also has all the elements already encompassed in it in the number 5. Think about the 5 elements, right? So God, it's interesting. I'll give you a post on the goblins too. I'm kind of curious a little bit more about why goblins. So today, you guys, whew, that was interesting. It's the 21st, so I do we're to talk about numbers. We have the number 2 and 1, which is all about duality. It's all about partnership, right? We're all really honing in on that. And that's just for today, you guys. Every day is going to be different depending on this numerical value. And number 1 is all about beginnings again, and really honing in on your individuality, of who you truly are. That equates to the number 3. Today's a 3 day. It's all about creativity and communication, you guys. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Use some of that Leo energy, some of that water energy. It's going to be, this healing journey for me. I know I look like I'm doing fine, you guys, but I literally have broken ribs and fractures, and I decided I'm just going to try and move forward as much as I can. There's a lot of pain. There's times when I need help and assistance with a lot of different things. So that's something I know I have to work with. But I always love to come out here and share this energy with all of you, and share some of the, whatever the universe has to share through me to you, everyone. I'm always grateful for that opportunity. If you like what I do, please like and share with your audience. I do these readings for free, but I would love and appreciate any love offerings, or if you would like to support what I do, please feel free to, I put some links up today for my Venmo and some of the other, my Venmo and Cash Apps. If you would like to support what I do, feel free to send me a love offering. I would highly appreciate that, especially right now when times are a little bit more rough for us, but we're definitely getting through this. To me, I always see how it can be a blessing or help anyone. It's never really, the journey isn't always about me sometimes, you guys. Sometimes it's about what I can use it for to help. Hi, good morning. To help bring to others. So if you've missed my readings, I do you will see the replay after this. Also, if you have any particular questions, I do private readings as well. So I will text anyone that's sending any questions right now. I don't really do live readings right here, but I want to thank everyone for coming out. Thanks so much for coming out and being part of this collective. If you missed this, if you're just hopping in right now, please feel free to watch the replay. Other than that, you guys all have an amazing day. Love and light. And thank you so much for coming out and joining me. Bye-bye.